Good evening, Owls family. How are y'all doing? Ooh, let me adjust the light here. Good evening, Pam. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Hey, Dark Lord Minute. How you doing? Let's see who else. Good evening, Cheryl. How are you doing? Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Make sure I haven't missed anybody. Don't want nobody thinking I forgot about them. Alright, I think I've caught up with everybody. It's all three of y'all. Welcome into chat. I cannot say how much I have missed y'all. Oh, there you go. That's always a blessing, Cheryl. I'm happy to hear about that. Yep, there's three others. They're not saying anything yet. But there's 9 likes. 1 like is mine. I ain't gonna lie on that one. Good evening, Donna. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? Man, I tell you, it's been hot. I am so looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is the high 79, y'all. 79 in August. I'm leery. Hey, Gear, welcome into chat. How are you doing? Hoot hoot. Oh, that's fine as long as you're cooking for all of us, Gear. Slow but surely, he's having a lot of trouble with pain, phantom pains. We talked to the I can't remember what it's called. It's they text message me every day checking on him, except on the weekends. We have a 24/7 phone number, dedicated phone number we can call, but they check on him through the weekdays daily. And we talked to them about his pain. He's been having a lot of pain in his abdomen, and it radiates. It moves around and up into his chest. It's not gas, but I think it's just because he went through a serious roto-rooter operation, and it's going to take a while for his body to get used to it. Other than that, he's doing pretty good, y'all. Main thing, he's still alive, and that's the main thing. Good evening, Pete. Welcome into chat. How are you doing, Hoot Hoot? That's okay, Pete. That's perfectly fine. I am fine with y'all listening. I understand people are busy. Good evening, Kathy. Welcome into chat. How are you doing, Hoot Hoot? Yes, I'm telling you, that place is amazing. It truly is. Good evening, Jeff. Welcome into chat. Hoot Hoot. How are you doing? Y'all can't tell I missed y'all, can you? But yeah, he's doing good. I'm starting to kind of get back into the swing of things. I'm still wore out, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still tired as can be, but you know what? Push forward. Life goes on. There she is. There's Tammy. How are you doing, sister? Hoot hoot. I am still trying to catch up on comments. I swear, I think I need a team of like 4 or 5 people just to sit by me and answer comments. But yeah, it feels so good to be back live streaming. Apparently, the sun's coming in and out. So, I always have this crazy one way or another halo like glow. So hopefully another cloud will roll through. Can't put the shades down because that's Jana's window. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Tammy. I am sorry to hear that. Hey, Perlio, welcome into chat. Hoot, how are you doing? And I realized I have two videos that didn't post. Apparently, I put them on private. I don't know what I done. So I have two different wild lettuce videos to post. Apparently, don't know how I managed that one. I think. Oh, I know what it was. I had to put them on private because I couldn't write the write ups for them, the descriptions for them, because we were heading to the hospital. And I tell you, the old brain sometimes doesn't want to work. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tammy. Yeah, I've been sitting outside for a while on the back porch because I don't want to get acclimated to having air conditioning. But it was feel like with the humidity, we were right at 108 today. Oh, that's good to hear. Mullein tincture's good to have. Dark Lord minute, that's good. And believe me, it's true. It's true. Now, there's a rarity out there. Once in a while, somebody has a good one. Jealous of those people. Hey, Gino, welcome into chat. How are you doing? If I remember right, this is your first one. Welcome in. Hello, Larks. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Oh, you're welcome, Gino. I love doing live streams every Monday night. It's my weekly get to sit and connect with the owl family, and I have been missing it badly. I really have. Oh wow. And that's your Mayflowers, right? Your Maypops. Yeah, and they're good. They're really good, man. I tell you, my daddy was proud of them when he found them. Yep. I need to, I guess, go dig up what's. They're probably all dead now, but I tried. I tried. This was just not the year to try to garden. Now, half my yams are still alive, or Asian sweet potatoes. I don't know what they are. I just got them at the Asian market. They said Asian yams. It could be sweet potatoes, it could be yams. We'll find out if I get a harvest from them. Hey, who did I see? Who did I see sneak in? I saw somebody. Hello, Passamaquoddy, darling. How are you doing? Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. I saw somebody else. Hey, fishing for fun. How are you doing, darling? And yes, I did know that the squirrel was a female, but she didn't have babies. They were both grown, or almost grown, and let's just say she was beating them away from her. So apparently she was tired of them. But let me tell you, she was a thug, a thief, attempted thief, big time. Hey, Sister Bounty, welcome into chat. How are you doing? Hoot, hoot. Uh-oh, Dark Lord Minutes done got all fancy now. But I don't think I missed anybody. So I'm doing pretty good. If I miss you, let me know. OWLS stand for Old Ways Learners. A wonderful channel, sweet lady, um, pinned the us calling out each other owls, and that's why Mama Owl, um, or owl. I get too excited and I don't pronounce all the letters. But it's feels so bad. I can't remember channel names. I'm so bad. Homestead in the Hood, or I think it was Homestead in the Hood. I can't remember, and I apologize. I'm gonna finally remember this. I knew you were new here. I knew, and you're welcome. More than welcome to come in. But yeah, that's what owls mean. Old ways learners. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, you need to take pictures of them when you get time to. Yes, welcome to the Parliament of Owls. We all grab up, swoop in, land on a piece of log around the fire, and we enjoy each other company and fellowship throughout the chat. Definitely will, Bounty. Definitely will, and I'll put that on the prayer list. But no, I don't know. Let me tell you, the squirrels was at Vanderbilt. Today was the last episode of the squirrels. I was doing whatever I could to laugh and stay positive while up there. I'm not going to lie. There's a reason why I called that squirrel a thug. There's a reason why. 5 times I had to shoo this squirrel off with the plastic sack somebody had left on the bench because it had been raining. Six, no, 4 times behind my back, she would sneak and reach up and try to pull my the plastic sack that had my dinner in it off of the bench. And yeah, that's why she got called a thug squirrel. I should have videoed what my little plastic sack with my dinner in it looked like. Yeah, at one time she had got a hold of it with both her front paws and had started dragging it along the bench with me sitting right beside it. She had no shame, not whatsoever. And that's why I called her a thug and correctly called her a thug. Because when you have to take a plastic bag and go shoo, shoo, shoo like this, and it, at the third time, it just looked at me. I said, look, we'll fight if we have to. I'll win. You might get a couple of scratches in. Now, I'm thankful nobody was down around the smoking circle when this had happened. And it was a little smokers area, so we wouldn't be criminals, so we can go smoke. I'm telling you, she was obstinate. I think she was Irish too. I think that I can say that truthfully. Hey, oh no, there's trouble in the house. Hey, October Opal, how are you doing, darling? Oh, hoot hoot. Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Bounty, happy and congratulations on your wedding anniversary. And may you both have many more to come. Oh no, she wasn't sneaky. She was just downright a thug.
Can I steal a Coke?
One Coke, that's it. But I'm telling you that was hilarious.
Thank you.
But when I mean, she climbed up there and she even got on the end of the bench. You're welcome. She'd get up on the arm of the bench. I didn't get to video that because she was fast and kind of camera shy. Yeah, I don't think she wanted me to have proof of what her thuggishness really was. And she would just stare at me. And I looked at her. Like I said, I'm glad nobody was there with me and, you know, no other people around. Because I'm telling you, at one point, it was a Mexican standoff stare down with that squirrel. No, no Pepsi gear. Sorry. Pepsi's just nasty to me. I can't drink it. Good evening, Duncan. How are you, Duncan 1900 Homestead? Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Up, I missed something. Hey, Forest Girl, welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. I missed you. I'm sorry, darling. I'm so sorry. I was too busy talking about that thug squirrel. Thank you, Kathy. Bless you. Thank you. Good evening, LP. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. That's fine. That's perfectly fine, darling. I appreciate the chatters. I appreciate the listeners. Just please thumb up is all I ask. Or if you don't like me, just thumb down. It's not going to bother me a bit. Oh, yeah. My cup. I'm serious about my coffee. I don't play with my coffee. I haven't got to harvest sumac yet. So no sumac tea. We don't like you. We love you. Thank you, Gare. Uh-oh, I missed something. Let's see, October. What'd you say? Oh, she was saying hello, Gino. That's how a lot of people say hello. It highlights your name, and that way you can see it. Yes, her name is October Opal. What's growing in the garden? In my garden? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I have about 7 or 8 Carolina Reapers still alive. Potatoes are all dead. I think I still have one ghost pepper alive. My lemon tree is doing beautifully. My curry trees are still alive. My moringa trees have really took off finally. Um, A lot of mint is doing well. Everything needs to be fertilized real good. I have some supposed to be Asian yams / sweet potatoes. I won't know until I harvest. They're kind of growing. I have one, maybe two bales of sweet potatoes alive. Yeah, this has not been the year to garden with Junior being sick. Good evening, Bentley. Welcome into chat. If I remember right, this is your first time. Welcome. Yep, goldenrod, thank gracious, is not blooming here yet, thankfully. Good evening, old Nans. How are you doing? Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Okay, that can be caused by, oh Lord, I'm telling you this. Hold on a minute. Hey, baby, you see that tall, flat box in there up against the deep freeze? That's a magic word. I'm fixing to block this sunlight if possible. That can be caused by two things. A bug got in there, or uh, there might be a trapped another blossom up in there. That or really bad tomato genetics. Thank you, baby. Well, that blocked it some. Little bit better. Okay, Forest Girl, see you back in a bit. See, I'm trying to keep up with chat, y'all. There we go. It looks better now. Finally fixed itself. Good evening, Debbie. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? Oh, thank you. It's an alligator tooth. It's my smaller alligator tooth. Good evening, Dee. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Oh, thank you, Dee. You stay safe out there. Don't you get too heated. Or if it could wait till tomorrow, it's supposed to be even cooler tomorrow. Yeah, I'm missing my garden. Let me tell y'all, I am missing it so bad. All I can try is shoot for a fall garden and pray. Pray. No, unfortunately, I didn't get the rest of the gator. I wish I would have. Let me tell you, alligator's good. Especially my favorite is alligator tail. Man, alligator's good. Don't knock it until you try it. Tail to me is the best. Um, Ribs, I've had alligator ribs. I was not impressed. There wasn't a lot of meat on them. Now they have what they call the wings or the legs. Those are good, but my favorite is alligator tail. There's a lot of different ways you can fix gator. You can make sausage with it, like andouille sausage. You can use gator meat in that. You can make gumbo with it, etouffee. Oh my gracious, cut it up like you would catfish fillets and fry it. Or bake it. There's just all kinds of ways to eat gator. It's wonderful. Yep, fry, grill, roast. Yep. Yep, right now working on my second pot of the day. Yep, so very true. What you can do with chicken, you can do with gator. Now, do you have gator tail? Is that what you have in your freezer? No, it's not fishy. No, but if you put a fillet of gator meat, tail meat, next to catfish fillet, you can't tell the difference. Now, my favorite of all, well, of course, I love it all, but um, slice it up like a good sized catfish fillet, batter it, or not batter it, but roll it in what is it, Zataran's fish fry it. Oh, it's wonderful. I'm sorry to hear that, Bounty. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yep, all my stuff burned up in the Hootie Hoop house when I was in the second hospital with Junior. There was no way to save it. Yes, rattlesnake's good. Rattlesnake's real good fried up. Good evening, hippie chick. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How have you been doing, darling? Oh, that's wonderful to hear, Jeff. That's wonderful to hear. Baby girl, you can't see out the window. I'm sorry. Now Jana's mad at me. Yes, fried rattlesnake's good, real good. Then it fillet of gator, it's probably the tail, darling. It's probably the tail. Because that's about the only place they fillet it. Oh, you lucky rat. What kind of berries are you getting to pick? Thank you, Gino. I appreciate it more than you realize. Thank you. Yes, I saw that about Azure. Now, down here, we're not having any problem whatsoever with jars. Not whatsoever. The problem I'm having with them is their price gouging big time. Now, I have a short that's going to be coming out this week. I have to do a little work on it. Uh, I have to mute the video first before, and then I have to do a voiceover on it because I'm not going to catch copyright strike. But yeah, Lowe's here has jars. I'm trying to remember, and I don't quote me on this. You'll see it in that short video. They wanted $18 for a case of quart jars. and it was 16, if I remember right, dollars and some change for pint jars. This is getting ridiculous. They're doing everything they possibly can to keep us from being able to put food back. They are. Now, I've heard porcupine is good. I've wanted to try that. Yes, porcupine. Yes. Groundhog. Groundhogs are delicious, y'all. It tastes more like, now, everything's supposed to taste like chicken. No, groundhog tastes more like really good ground beef. It really does. I don't think I've got to do purslane yet this year. See, this is getting ridiculous. They're not wanting us to can at all. What's new? And is that for a case of 6 jars, old man? Yeah, I've used the harvest right. I've had too many of those pop on me, bust in the cooker. But no, I use harvest right is okay if you're going to store herbs or something in them. But no, I won't can with them. I won't because they like to bust. Neighbor's dog. Yes, they do. They do want us to starve. Yep. Hey, welcome into chat. Hey, Perry, how are you doing, darling? Yes, that was the price that I paid for the last case of half gallons that I got, and that was a month I think ago. Oh, guess what I noticed, y'all? Now, like I told y'all, they are trying to not only keep us from not being able to can food. Yeah, but it's still good though. Groundhog is good. Guess what I noticed at the liquor store? Now, this was a month ago, somewhere in monthish back. You know how it's getting so hard to find 100 proof. Yeah, they're starting to replace the 100 proof with, what is it, 90.4 proof. Yeah, 90.4. Yeah, if that ain't a rough one. I mean, it will still work. Just gonna have to make sure that the plant material is wilted down some. No, I'm gonna have to pass on the possum. I'm gonna have to pass on the possum. It's too much like a four-legged garbage disposal. Now, my daddy swore on possum that, now he never cooked one, thank gracious, but he said if you caught one and fed it corn for about a month, it would clean it out. And I looked at him, I said, no, no, daddy, no, no. You can, as long as it's a drier plant material. Now, when making Usnea tincture, yes, 80 proof is perfect. Because, yeah, I come back down on 80 proof on Usnea because 100 was just way too strong. Now the problem is yeah, I know it was a strange percentage, believe me, because it's the same brand that I buy the 100 proof of, and yeah, they haven't had 100 proof on the shelf from them in ages. Okay, Pete, it was so good to talk to you for a little bit. You take care, and we'll see you next week. Man, I'd like to have some bear meat. I want some moose. Um, I'd give anything to have somewhere to go to be able to hunt deer. Good evening, Angel. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? I would love some. I would absolutely love some turkey feathers. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Good evening, Tibor. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Hoot hoot. But yeah, no, I've heard some stories about possums. That would be the last if I was starving. If I was starving, would I eat a possum? No rain whatsoever today except the sweat falling off my brow. That's the only rain. Hello, I've been there. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Oh, you're welcome. Hey, Regina, welcome into chat. How are you doing? Let's see. It's an alligator tooth. It's my smallest one. I have some big ones, but I have to drill them. I know it. There's too many other things to eat besides possum. I know how nasty they are, and I know what they're capable of doing, and I know what they eat. No. Yes, I have seen that too, Jeff. I have seen that. And I've seen one come, and I'm not trying to get gross, but I've seen a possum coming out of the back end of a cow too that had been dead for a while. Mm-mm. No. But yeah, I would love to have some bear meat, some moose meat. Listen, it wouldn't do for me to have money. Well, eventually, I'm hoping to finally be able to get that 100-acre farm or homestead one day. But if I was able to have a place up in Alaska, I'd be going up there to get all the salmon limits. I'd be getting moose, possibly a bear. Yeah, that would be just great. Or either get me a property up in Maine, somewhere where you're allowed to hunt the moose or the bear. I like that, Chris. And that's the truth. It's the truth. There should still be some fish in the water somewhere over possum. Yeah, no. I just can't. I never have. I can't. I know they're not cute and cuddly like people think they are. I don't trust them. I wouldn't feed them around my cats. I wouldn't trust them with my cats. I know what they're capable of doing. I've been there. I've done it, I've witnessed it, and it's horrible. But yeah. Good evening, Renegade Black Sheep. Welcome in the chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? Yeah, no, the containers for salves, you either don't ever store them in plastic. You want to store them either in glass jars or the metal tins. That's the best thing to put the salves in, which I will be starting up. Thank gracious, it's supposed to be cool kind of this week. I can stand to be in the shed. I've got some salves I need to mix up. Heck, I'd like to get a hold of some young wild hogs too, or a big old sow. I have a friend who usually hunts wild hogs down in Mississippi. He traps them, but he's been sick, so haven't been able to get any young wild hogs. Well, that's true about raccoon, but man, raccoon tastes good. I'm not gonna lie about that one. Raccoon tastes good. Oh, that's good to hear, A. Perry. Good, good. Good evening, Susan. Welcome in the chat. How are you doing? If I remember right, this is your first one. It's gonna be hot in a lot of places. Yes, it definitely is, but oh man, to have some bear fat. Mm. Yes, goodness definitely depends on the cook. Now, I can make some really good coon. Actually, Gino, I have proof. I think I posted it on my community tab. I'll repost that. The tick eating machines is a lie. It was a horrid lab experiment that they done to, you know, come up with that idea. But no, ticks, possums don't go around just eating ticks. No, not at all. You better off getting ducks and chickens and guineas for tick eating. Yep, I know, Bounty. I've been needing to redo my herbal cookbook too. Oh wow, are you a hunter, Gino? Oh man, Hippie Chick, if you wasn't so far away, I'd come up and help you. Yes, they possums decimate a lot of wild bird eggs, a lot of game bird eggs and chickens, you name it. Well, Susan, I have a playlist on making salves, also making your own infused oils, and a big playlist on tincture making as well. Because Hippie Chick, I'd definitely come help you clean a bear. I definitely would. Now, Susan, are you looking for dry or are you looking for fresh? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Y'all. Sometimes I can't keep up with everybody's names. I apologize. But yeah, that's. I will post after the live stream that article about the falsehood of possums being tick eaters. It's horrible what they done. It's horrid what they done to those poor animals in that laboratory. And I don't care even if it was a possum. And I don't like them at all. No possum should be treated like that. No, no running water in the shed, but we have a hose out by it. Yeah, there's one place I order the tins from, and they're real cheap, but they're good quality. I'll have to look into them and see what their prices are. Oh, Jeff, that was just wrong, Jeff, wrong. All right, 10. Chris, you're wrong for that one. Oh, wow, that would be great. If I could ever get up around that way, I've got a lot of people I need to visit up that way. But yeah, last night I was doing the straining the cleavers tincture, and the honeysuckle tincture's coming up in a couple of days. It was almost too hot in that shed, even with a fan going. Hello, almost homesteading darling. Welcome in the chat. How are you doing? See, unfortunately, berry season's over down here. Berry season is over. All right, Jeff, that gives us about, well, crap. It'll be gone by the time we get there. Good evening, Sandra. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Yes, I have made a mimosa tincture. Mimosa tincture is very good. Now, there's a trick with mimosa tincture. It's the only, well, one of a few that you are better off using brandy with. A good brandy, you don't have to be high proof as long as it's 45 proof. Um, Good brandy. Use good brandy to make the mimosa tincture. Here, mimosas are barely done blooming. All you want, not anything else. It's just the blooms. harvest just the blooms off the mimosa. An amazing tincture for people who have problem with depression, anxiety, trouble sleeping. It works wonders. It really does. See, I'm going to be going elderberry picking in the morning because a lot of these birds don't have sense enough around here to eat the elderberries. It is. It's a beautiful tincture and it works very well. You're welcome. More than happy. More than happy. But like I said, you don't have to go high proof with the mimosa, but get a good brandy, one that tastes good, you know, and yeah, use brandy to make your mimosa tincture. It'll be fine. Chris is going to kill all the mimosas. If you're a responsible person, you can grow a couple of mimosas and just keep the others cut down. But picking the blooms off the mimosas keeps the seeds from happening. Yeah, I don't store much at all in plastic at all, for because plastic, you got to remember, plastic breathes. And well, sometimes glass, if it's poor quality, will fail you. But you could store in mylar bags, seal them, and if you're smart, you can get several uses out of mylar bags before you can't seal them anymore. Glass jars, metal salve tins, yeah, a lot of things you can do. No, I don't have a video on the mimosa because Junior was in the hospital and I didn't have, well, I was up there with him, but I didn't have the funds for alcohol. I tell you, at times it makes me feel like an alcoholic when I say don't have the funds for the alcohol. Okay, no problem. Oh, you lucky rat. Yeah. Um, when we were in the hospital, I didn't get to take care of the potatoes because I was there with Junior, and yeah, the heat just killed them. It was heartbreaking. They were growing so good. If I would have been able to take care of them, I would have had a massive potato crop this year. Massive. Yes, I have heard of prairie dockweed. Trying to think. It's supposed to be good, and I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times if I have to jump like that on something, I tend to forget. Let me look it up, and I will send you information on it. It's been a while since I've worked with that one. I'm not worried, Dark Lord Minute. That's fine. Uh oh, you're doing a collab? I'm gonna check that out. Good evening, KP Heathen. Welcome into chat. Yeah. No, mine didn't drown. They burn up alive. Oh, you got the little tater tots, as I call them. The little marble ones. Yes, tater tot. Now, those are good. You just wash them real good and put them in beans. They're wonderful. They really are. Or you could saute them or roast them in the oven in some little bit of olive oil, butter, and some herbs. They're great. They eat good. Just takes a lot to fill you up. Good evening, Virginia. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Thank you, darling. I appreciate that more than you know. I am trying to pass on as much as I can while I'm allowed to, because I've got to pass it on to someone. Now, next year, I'm going to try my hand at, uh, in case this happens again, which I'm hoping it don't. Um, I'm gonna try my hand at the potatoes growing in hay bales. Oh, you're welcome, Gino. Thank you. I appreciate it more than you know. I really do. Yep, those small potatoes taste good. Oh, also you could throw them in green beans too. Yes, wild lettuce does work. One exception on it. Oh, thank you, Sandra. I appreciate it. I love doing what I do. I love healing people. I love teaching people. I love guiding people. It's wonderful. It's what I love to do. It's my passion. Now, getting back to wild lettuce. Now, it all depends on each person. Each person is going to have a different reaction. And I'm not talking about bad reaction to wild lettuce. It all depends on the person's opiate reactors in their brain. Now, in your younger days, if you're an older person, if you kind of fried your opiate reactors in your brain, wild lettuce might not be for you. Now, if you have been on prescription opiate um, pain medication for a long time, your opiate reactors might be fried by synthetic opiates. But that doesn't mean don't try it. It is not a drug, it is not a narcotic. You're not going to get high, so that's not why you do it. But yes, it works wonders. But it takes, each person is different. And that's why I tell everybody start with a half a dropper as a dosage. It may be too high for you. Worst case scenario, you're going to sleep. And you're going to sleep really good. Half a dropper full might be too low of a dose for you. You gradually keep working up or working down to find where your correct body's dosage amount is. Once you find that, you will be fully out of pain and completely functional without drugs. without drugs. That right there is a blessing in itself. And that's why I tell people, yes, it works. No, it's not a drug. No, you're not going to get high. Don't do it if all you're looking for is a high because, well, you're fooling yourself. And it's a wonderful, wonderful alternative for someone who is hurting, but their job does drug tests because it's not narcotic and it does work. Yes, wild lettuce does. All right, now to catch back up. Hey, Janie, welcome into chat. How are you doing? Yeah, I can't afford to buy straw down here. It's ridiculous. Straw bales, they want $15 to $20 a bale for straw. I can't do it. I can't. Okay, I missed somebody, Janie. See, there's one thing people have to be careful of. If you have a latex allergy, be careful with wild lettuce. It does have a little bit of latex in it. I'm not fried, just old. I like that one. Well, there he finally comes in. Welcome into chat, Homestead Aquarius. Hoot hoot. I see how you are, Homestead Aquarius. I see how you are. Oh, that sounds good, Gino. Oh my God, that sounds good. Okay, hold on. This thing keeps jumping. Now, yes, they can be contaminated. They may not be. It depends on where you harvested them from. Try to avoid harvesting close to a road. If you know that they're using spray for, that perfect grass, avoid that area. There's You can harvest in the city. Sorry, y'all, mosquito after me. You can harvest in the city, but you got to be careful. Just try to stay as far away from any road that you possibly can. Yeah, I have a problem with that. Marijuana's okay. Too many people don't want to listen how to use it medicinally. Everybody wants to smoke it. It's an herb that's not meant to be smoked. It's meant to be ingested. Um, have you ever cleaned out one of those pipes? I'm not speaking from experience, but I'm speaking from watching other people. You know, all that black tar and nastiness? Guess what? It's not only in that pipe, it's in your lungs. Yeah, take marijuana and take Mullen. Take a hit off of marijuana, you're going to hack your lung up. You're going to choke to death. Smoke the Mullen, you're going to stop an asthma spell like that. You're going to heal your lungs. Now, a lot of this legalized Mary Jane, GMO. Enjoy that. Why do you think for so many years it's been illegal? Now all of a sudden it's coming back? Monsanto has control over that. Y'all be careful. Need to study up. But yeah, that stuff is not meant to be smoked at all. Not meant. And here's my take on it. There was, and I can't remember what college done this or what lab done this study. To actually get true benefits from smoking marijuana for glaucoma, and this is smoking, you get better benefits by ingesting it. To get actual any benefits for, a couple of days from it, you'd have to smoke 32 joints. Now, the way I look at it, by the time you smoke 32 joints, you can't walk straight. You sure enough ain't going to be seeing straight. Your refrigerator's going to be empty as well as your pantry. Everything else, your house ain't going to be clean. If you got pets, they're on their own. But yeah, what does that say about smoking it? Ingest it. People need to wise up. I don't want none of that stuff from them dispensaries. People should wake up and realize true old fashioned marijuana is good for a lot of things. You go to a dispensary, now I haven't been to one, but I've seen enough videos on them. This one's only good for this. This one's only good for that. This one's only good for that. That should tell you. That should tell you that it is engineered to be that way. No, thank you. I don't want nothing to do with it. Now I'm trying to catch up on chat again. Now I'll tell you another place. I got a short coming out this week on about the rose hips. I had no shame. I done it so I could make the short to show people. Ended up having to go to Lowe's the other day. You know how a Lowe's usually has the knockout roses planted out front? Yep, they were loaded with hips who had absolutely no shame going snip, 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 picking a few rose hips. Well, a handful. Let's just say a handful. But I've done it to show people that you can do it. You can do it too. I'm telling you, I got to get home in a couple of days, check on the house, and I've got rose hips I need to harvest myself off my Rosa rugosas. There he is. Good evening, Lawrence. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. You have been missed so much, Jelly Man. You have been missed so much. Oh, that's horrible to hear. Good grief, Janie. That's rough. Yes, it takes a while, and some of those medications you've got to be careful. They will do more harm than good. Some of them you have to wean very slowly off because they're dangerous. About time you showed up, Lawrence. You have been missed so much. Now, the one thing I will say, don't go up into people's yards. No trespassing. But yeah, you can get rose hips. Some libraries have roses. Now, you're not going to know what the roses are, but guess what? You're still going to be able to get petals from them, and you're going to be able to get rose hips from them. Okay, Duncan, you take care. You have a blessed evening. Yes, I love mullein. I am pro mullein. Yes, you can grow your own mullein. Yes, you can. Yeah, but what worries me with all this legal going around, I'm watching people drive more and more just stoned out of their gourds. I mean, I've gone in the gas station to pay for gas before and have somebody walk in, and I'm worried about a contact high just by them walking by me. I bet you it is, Lawrence, but I bet you had a blast. I know you had fun. Good evening, Lonnie. Welcome in the chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing, darling? That's beautiful, Lonnie. Thank you for sharing. Yes, and that's another thing you gotta be careful. You could tell that Lowe's don't spray their roses because import roses look like, well, they look like hell in a handbasket. Oh man, you got the old fashioned hoop cheese, also known as back in the day as rat cheese. Man, I would love to have some of that hoop cheese. Oh, that's wonderful to hear, Janie. That's wonderful. Okay, Pam, you take care, and we'll see you next Monday night. Okay, rose hip. What a rose hip is. When a rose blooms and the bees come or the native pollinators come and pollinate it, a lot of people deadhead their roses so they never get to see this part because you got to keep you paranoid about keeping your roses perfect. Don't spray, don't poison your roses. They don't need it. They don't. If the bugs chew on them a little bit, it just causes your roses to grow better. All right, back on subject. Once the petals fall off, you will see the little beginning of a little ball there. Leave it alone. Don't snip it off. Let I mean, you can harvest. I would wait towards the end of the rose blooming to harvest the petals. to make sure that the rose hip gets fertilized. As the season goes on, that little beautiful thing that's in the center of the rose gets bigger and bigger. And when they start getting ripe, they'll start turning a reddish color. Once they are fire engine like red, maroon red, a deep red, and they start looking just a little rough, they're ready. They're ready to harvest. That's your rose hip. The highest form of vitamin C on the earth is a rose hip. Yep, I understand, Bounty. I understand. The only reason I would want to have it is I have a recipe for a pain relief spray, an outer pain relief spray. Other than that, I don't want that crap in me. I don't. I really don't. I am so sick of it. Yes, Junior's doing good. Yes, the rose hips are after the flower dies. Yep. Junior's doing good, but he's just having really, really bad time with pain. No, they're not really dead. You can go out and get those rose hips and get the seeds out of them. Oh, good grief, Cheryl. Oh, my gracious. Your husband's still alive? Yep, mine I know for a fact's ready to harvest too. And Cheryl, tell you, I'd be thinking about my husband be worried about me if that happened. But yeah, check your brown rose hips. If there's seeds in them, they're good. All right, good night, Pam. Hoot hoot. Take care, darling. Oh, I missed somebody. Who on earth is Mothman? Apparently, I missed somebody. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that, Mothman. I missed you coming in. I apologize. Best thing to do is go on and take like a tub, harvest, cut the stems and put those seeds in it. Save those seeds. They're precious. They are precious. And I know a lot of people would love to have those seeds. As for using the seeds for anything, I haven't. Honestly, I have not used the seeds for anything. Let me do some research and I will pay attention to keep an eye on my community tab and I will post something to see if mullein seeds are good. But yeah, don't waste those seeds. Definitely harvest them. Okay, October Opal, darling, you take care. It was so good seeing you, and we will see you next Monday night, darling. Yep. When they're just starting to turn red, it's getting about time. Oh, I'm sorry, Cheryl. Sorry about that, darling. I didn't mean nothing bad. What, the rose hip tincture? Is that what you're talking about, Janie? Yes, the way I do the rose hips is I break them in half. I will scoop the seeds out, save the seeds, and use the outer part of the hip to make the tincture. I set that aside. Or you could use the whole rose hip and throw it in the tincture. You can also save the seeds out of, because once, if you throw the whole rose hip in, your seeds are not going to be any good when the tincture's over well, because the alcohol will kill the seeds. Now, you can also gently cut the rose hip open, pull all the seeds out, put your rose hips aside, and dry them. They can be used in a tincture or they can be used for in a tea. Thank you, Virginia. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you and welcome, Mothman. I couldn't remember if you had been in the live stream or not. Now we do or we do live stream every Monday night, 6 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I understand, Cheryl, more than you realize. Yes, I do understand. And still, nothing bad meant. Well, I'm hoping you're enjoying the live stream too, Mothman. You're more than welcome in. You can, and a lot of people don't know. Back in the day, those mullein stalks were used as torches. But yeah, now I think all my beautiful Rosa rugosa um, seedlings that I had that were 2 years old that were beautiful, been through hell. I think when me and Junior went up to Nashville, I think the heat killed them as well. So guess what? Looks like we're all going to be starting rose seeds together. So I'll do another video on that. That's if they still have the seeds in it. Be careful where they come from. They organic, if they're American, that's fine. There's a good chance even organic possibility, unless they say differently, they could be radiated coming in. Yeah, and that's why I don't like this new crap. I would use maybe you and that horrid ringtone. Horrible ringtone. Um
Correct.
I wouldn't use regular candles because not only can it be paraffin, there's chemicals in them. Um, a lot of bad stuff in a lot of these new candles nowadays. A lot of people don't realize it. Personally, if you can afford it, beeswax is best candles, of course. There's some that are soy wax. I try to avoid soy as much as possible. There's some things I have to use soy in, but I limit soy. Soy is bad anymore. There's some palm oil candles, but honestly, if you can afford it, go with the beeswax. It burns clean. It's so much healthier and it holds scent a whole lot better. Yeah, rose seeds. Now it takes a while. It may be 3 to 4, maybe 5 years before you see a bloom on that rose. It all depends. But yes, they will grow into rose bushes. Oh, really? Really, Robert? Robert informed me, Mama Owl, you be nice to Junior, please. He needs a stress free environment. Thank you. Yes, he did. He's over there just smiling. Apparently, he enjoyed that one. Yes, I don't. Only thing I use when I make my salves is the herb infused oil that I show people how to make. Vitamin E oil as a preservative, and pure beeswax, not white. Use yellow beeswax because the white beeswax is bleached and you don't want to use that. Make sure it's always yellow beeswax. Yeah, he's over still laughing about that, Robert. Yes, he is. No, I need to be nice to you. Man, spoiled rotten, let me tell you. And he knows it too. That on the wild lettuce. If it's fixed to shoot out seeds, it's probably too late. Way too late. Usually, what I do is harvest them right before they start to bloom. There's a trick. Go out to your wild lettuce, pull a leaf off. Pull one, don't cut the stalk down. Pull one leaf. If the milky sap that comes out, that's the medicine in the plant. If it's yellow, light caramel, brown, anything other than white. If it's white, it's still good to use. If it's yellow to dark brown, it's past its prime. And best thing you could do is harvest the seeds from them once they're ready. But yeah, the best time to harvest your wild lettuce is right before it blooms. I wish that was true, Donna. It might work for some. It has never worked for me. I've even tried rooting hormone in sand, rooting plain rose branch in sand, plain rose branch in really good soil. No, I prefer doing it by the seeds. It just takes longer. Oh no, Lawrence. Lawrence is back. Yes. Oh, Junior perked up for that one. He's back. He's come home and he is sad. I want to try out the hips. Sounds like interesting. I need something to do. After I returned, I found my inflatable doll deflated on the bow of the boat. So sad. His girlfriend, she she deflated of a broken heart, Lawrence. You just ran off and left that woman. Oh, for the torches? If you can get a hold of it, I'll tell you what would be really good, and it's a lot of times what they used to use back then, old fashioned pine tar. I'm not talking about anything like gasoline, I'm talking about the real thick stuff. As long as it's pure pine tar and not anything with chemicals and anything, they would soak it in the pine tar to make the mullein torches. Ain't that the truth, Jana? Ain't that the truth, Janie? I have fought like no tomorrow to keep that man alive. Oh wait, now Bounty, what'd you delete now? Good evening, Duval. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Oh, you do? Okay. Just send me an email, Duval, and let me know how much you need, and I will figure it up. Now, of course, postage is going crazy, but I'm gonna try to send it as cheap as I can, darling. I'm glad it worked for you. Oh my God, Robert, that is so bad. Oh, what he said to Lawrence. Oh my God, love goes flat sometimes. Now, apparently, Lawrence, Dark Lord Minute found one of your girlfriends out in Nevada. Yep, just make sure that it's pine tar and it's not mixed with a whole bunch of other stuff. You too, Jeff. You stay safe and sound and you have a wonderful week. And we look forward to seeing you next Monday night. You take care. Lawrence goes, I hope so, Bounty. It's very quiet here. That's why you gotta be careful about running off from your women, Lawrence. Can't be doing that stuff. No, Tammy's probably having to deal with her mother in law right now. And she's probably mad as a hornet. Oh my God, Duval, thank you. That means the world to me. I am so happy to hear that it's working for you. That always that always makes me happy that I know to hear from others that what I'm doing is working for them, and to know that I'm able to help others heal and feel better, that's a blessing to me. And that just makes my evening. I don't have anything to do torches with, Susan. I apologize. Flat broke, and yeah, I'm doing good to do videos. Try to catch up at the moment. A day late and $1 short. Yes, yes, it is, Sandra, but I would not want to use it as toilet paper. Let me tell you. You do not want to use it as toilet paper with all those little hairs they have on the leaves. Yes, you can also do the same thing with cattails as well. I need next, well, I'll have to wait and do it next spring. Show y'all how to eat cattails. Oh man, those are good. For those who do not know Lawrence, he is also affectionately known as Jellyfish Man. Yes, Duval, you can use any rose for rose hips, and I'm sorry I missed your question. I apologize. Just make sure that they have not been sprayed by poison. Y'all just don't realize how much more I want to be teaching. There's a lot more. I have missed so much being able to. I have missed a lot of things this year. Hopefully, Junior's going to calm down. Going to calm his tail down. I have a lot to still teach y'all. This year has been really off, but Junior's health comes first. I have to take care of Junior first. Now back to Lawrence. Mr. Jellyfish Man, affectionately known. He is loved by many. He has a beautiful boat. And what we're laughing about is, well, he wants the carved wooden lady at the front of his boat. But instead, he uses a blow up doll for that. And we love him dearly. Yes, we do. Thank you, Duval. I appreciate that more than you know. I really do. Yes, yes, it has brought everyone closer. And I can't thank the owls enough. Y'all are absolutely great. I couldn't ask for a better group of people and family anywhere else. Y'all are great. Yep, I don't spray nothing on my roses, not whatsoever. June bugs get on them once in a while. I'll take some Dawn water in a container or like a quart jar or something, and I'll pick the June bugs off and put them in the jar. I don't put any poison whatsoever on my roses. Good evening, Quebec Patriot. How are you doing? Welcome in the chat. Hoot hoot. Oh, you lucky rat, choke cherries. Now, people don't realize there's two kinds. There's choke cherries that kind of grow in the west, and on the northeast and down, it's choke berries. Similar taste, two different plants. Yep, I had used to have Helol. When we got to -20, yeah, the Helol said, I'm out of here. It gave up the ghost. Bounty. Yeah, what I miss harvesting are the little bitty, what we call, I've seen people harvesting great big ones. That's not huckleberries to me. I'm used to the wild little huckleberries. They grow on a bush kind of like a privet, but it's not privet. The happiest day on earth for me will be the day privet does not exist. I hate privet hedges. But huckleberries that I'm used to grow on a bush similar to privet, but it's not. And yeah, I miss those things. Yes, yes, I have one of those. I can't tell you how much fun it is to swing that tennis racket zapper and just kill multitudes of mosquitoes with them. Yes, I am praying that Junior definitely calms down, calms his tail down. But yeah, third time's the charm next year. Third time is the charm. Just like his surgery. Third time a trying was the charm. Yeah, I know how wonderful those tennis racket bug zappers are. I've had way too much fun with them. Way too much fun. I don't know what it is. I'm glad I'm not the one that, pushes the button because, yeah, that zap noise at times is, just wonderful. Can't help it. They will. They're going to. All in due time. At the moment, I'm focusing on getting Junior to feeling better. Hey, Tibor said, Junior, you're doing good, brother. Keep fighting back. You'll be okay. It's rough, y'all. I'm not going to lie. These ghost pains, yeah, as a joke, but it's not really a joke. Now, his blood pressure's been good. He has been pale, but he hasn't been outside much. Anybody remember the show Dark Shadows? Ain't it right, Dark Shadows? Maybe. It was Dark Shadows, isn't it? Yeah. If you remember the old show Dark Shadows, well, once in a while I'll tell him, Good evening, Barnabas. The one for the UTIs, only the shadows knows. Good Lord. Yes, Barnabas Collins. Now, when he's not feeling really good, he'll startle the daylights out of me. It's just been so ungodly hot, and he's trying to get acclimated back out to being able to stand the heat. Unless you've had stents put in, and he's had 3 major stents put in. It changes your body. It does things to you. Even though it's keeping him alive, he's going to have to get used to a lot because he'll get cold real easy, or he won't be able to take the heat at all. So it's baby steps. We're looking at healing for quite a while. Main thing is he's had the surgery and praying that it takes. All right, what was I getting? Yes, Virginia, the video I done today. Cleavers. Cleavers is the best thing for UTIs besides cranberry pills. Now, saying about cranberry pills, they work wonders too, as long as you don't have any problem taking the cranberry. The thing about the cranberry pills, you have to look and make sure that they have 0 sugar, any kind of sweetener added to them. Because believe me, the ones that I take, I'm very careful when I take them, because one pill is the same as a gallon of cranberry, raw, straight cranberry juice. And let me tell you, I've had one capsule break in my mouth, and I couldn't spit it out fast enough. That was pucker factor, y'all. But cleavers, amazing for UTIs. If you watch the video that I done today, straining the cleavers tincture, now you don't have to do cleavers tincture. You can also do cleavers tea. Now, the bad part about now, cleavers here is completely out of season. It's dead. It's gone. It's gone back into hibernation. It is a spring tonic, and I heavily harvest it during the springtime before it flowers. Best thing on earth. Now, I am an affiliate with Mountain Rose Herbs. Below, in the description box below every video, well, most of all my videos, there is a link that you can use to go to Mountain Rose Herbs, so I can make a small commission, no cost to you whatsoever. They do have dried cleavers, not a bad price at all. If I remember right, it was $14 to $17 for a pound of organic, sustainably grown cleavers, which is not bad at all, which is perfect for tea. You can use tea or tincture to cure the UTIs. It's wonderful. Yeah, no, you they won't let anybody post links unless you're a moderator. There we go. As a kid and watch Dark Shadows, yeah. Yes, it really does, Lawrence. People don't realize stents are kind of easy to put in, but with his, he got roto-rooted and patched back up bad because they had to pull up the center of his main descending artery before they could put the stent in. So he got roto-rooted pretty bad, and plus they had to put they done an arch. How they put it? Arch. One was an arch stent, and then they had to connect another stent because apparently he had a dissection starting in his left arm artery, and then they put another stent and going down in the rest of his descending artery. And I'm just praying that aneurysm is dying right now. Yes, I do sell my tinctures. I've got to work on I got to update the list. All tinctures, it don't matter. It's 15 per 2 ounce bottle. Hey, Amber, no, you're not late, darling. You made it in time for me to see you. How have you been doing, darling? I've been missing y'all. Hoot, hoot. Yes, absolutely agree, Bounty. I'm not about to let this man go anywhere. I'm not done with him yet. I am not done with him yet. Unless something says different. Yeah, I'm ready for fall. This has been a rough heat wise year, but it's been a weird year because we've had a little more rain than we usually do. It's odd because it's like it's going back to the way it used to be, where we actually had thunderstorms during the summer. You know, the popcorn storms that just pop up. It's getting to be like that again, but this ungodly heat can go somewhere else. It can stay down at the equator for all I like. Absolutely, Bounty. I agree. Absolutely agree. He's going to get well one way or another. Yep, absolutely, Tibor. He had some amazing. And I hate hospitals. I honestly do. I couldn't ask for a better hospital, a better multiple. I think there's 4 or 5, up to 5 different specialist teams, and the nurses, except that one. There's always got to be one. I don't understand one. The best nurses. Oh my gracious. We had some that were practical jokers. It was great. People who cared. And the hypertension specialist team he had, they actually listened and cared to know what medicine he was on, and told them the story about being in the first hospital and it took them 22 days. They looked at me and said, "What?" That it it was hilarious in a way. It wasn't, because I'm still mad about those 2 hospitals. But the doctors and specialists up at Vanderbilt were surprised and startled and in shock quite a few times when I told them what all we had been through. And they couldn't get over the records that we've been keeping, especially on the blood pressure and everything. And they were in shock that they hadn't done nothing surgical wise down here, which, to be honest, I'm glad these hospitals didn't do anything, because I don't think these idiots around here had enough knowledge to probably kill a fly. I'm thankful we got him up to Vanderbilt. Oh, believe me, we're going to be doing a little more than registering complaints. But yeah, and the doctors up there took time out to explain the surgery and exactly what was going to happen, and wanted to make sure that we understand that they wasn't talking down to us, but the head surgeon had come up with a way to explain to people, more about, different uh dissection surgeries and how to look at the main artery. And that was epic. He done a massive amazing job, because if you couldn't understand that description, yeah, you just should have said, yeah, go ahead, do what you need to. But yeah, I can't sing their praises enough. It was wonderful. What you'll have to do is be patient with me. I have to go back through my stock of tinctures, see what all I have. I know I have to bottle up more because I have a bunch more that are new that I didn't have in stock back then. And excuse me, I already have a list of them. And what I do, because, yeah, I can't have a website now thanks to the three-letter Gestapo of our government. And what I'll do is I email you my list of what I have. So just email me and be patient, please. I was going to have a website, and then, well, this government we have now has made what I do basically illegal. Yes, I do have Cleaver's tincture ready for sale. I just have to bottle it up, print my labels. Um, I can't give you an exact amount. It is 15 per bottle, but I don't know what shipping will be because that's just god awful ridiculous anymore. But yes, I do have tincture ready. Yes, on my store, it's just clothing and phone covers and little fun stuff. The shop of Mama Owls is in the shed of many names. Um, I will have to email people as soon as I can get everything gone to figure out what I have. I need to bottle up more things and, check on limits, see what I have, and I can send an updated list of what I have. But just be patient with me, y'all. I'm trying to get elderberries. I got to go elderberry harvesting in the morning, trying to keep an eyeball on Junior. That man's a hot mess, let me tell you. He looked at me. He looked at me. Uh, Taking care of Junior, trying to catch up with and get videos posted. I will get emails out as soon as possible. What did I miss? What did I miss? But yeah, Bounty, I will add you to the prayer request list for rain. I tell you, I was doing what I could to have fun just to get to laugh up there, and it's just stress. Stress is bad. Yeah, but that I can't pray. I can't sing their praises high enough. What they done to save Junior meant the world to me. I'm trying, Angel. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am trying my best. I really am. Oh, thank you, Virginia. That's what I want to do. I want to inspire people. You can do it. Believe in yourself. The hardest thing is going to be the alcohol. I'm sorry, y'all, but it's getting harder. Well, when me and Junior finally get, rich, kinda, we're planning. I'm seriously planning on starting to make my own vodka. Yep, going to be because they are doing everything canning jar wise and alcohol wise to keep us from being able to do anything. Okay, thank you, Virginia. Just give me probably to this weekend because I've got to get a few more videos made and I can work out in the shed while it's still cool. I've got to go through everything, check my list and make sure I got everything squared up. Yes, I do, Donna. Yes, I do, but I'm going to be running cuz I want to get back to making the real potato vodka. I don't want to be using grain vodka because yeah, it's good. Grains are getting hard to get a hold of. Taters, you can get a hold of taters. A lot of times taters are a whole lot cheaper than the grain. And for some people who truly are gluten free, they can use the potato vodka. Because there's a lot of people out there that fake being gluten free. It's a trend for them. Absolutely, Bounty. Thank you. I appreciate that more than you know. Now, also, Sneaky Man over there on the couch. He has some ideas of making a few rounds of other things too. That will be to be continued at a later date on down the road. Ha! I got a look out of him. Barnabas peeped over the couch arm. Oh, now he's going to ignore me. Oh, that's just all I need. He's going to play possum. Thank you, Virginia. I appreciate that. I really do. Yep. Agree, Dark Lord Minute. Yep. Now, I haven't this year got to make any mullein tincture. Lot of what I do with the mullein is I will make salve with it, or I will dry it for tea. Now, mullein flowers. Now, depending on where you are in the country right now, there's some here. Mulleins's done flowering. It's gave up the ghost. It's done. Now, on up north, the best earache medicine, ear infection medicine is where you take the mullein flowers. Please make sure and double check that you're harvesting mullein, yellow flowers. Take the individual mullein flowers, put them in a jar, take them home, give them time for the bugs to, the little bitty bugs to get out, little spiders and stuff. All right, let them wilt down a little bit and put that in a jar with good. Now, this is one time I use sometimes virgin olive oil, but I want it to last longer. Um, Put it in just regular good olive oil. Make sure it's not blended with anything. Heat it just a little bit in some water, not much, just enough to warm the oil. Take it off the heat and put your lid on it, and that's the best ear infection, earache drops you can use, and it won't hurt you at all. I know what you mean, Bounty. There's a lot of people who fake it just to get attention. Now, there are actual people who do have gluten issues, and it just goes to prove you that they have been screwing with the food source. Because our ancestors, especially if they came from Europe, they survived off of bread. A lot of times, dinner for them was bread and broth if they were lucky to have the broth, or they made bread soup with water. They weren't having any gluten issues back then, but they also wasn't playing Frankenstein with the grain either. Oh, mullein smoked will stop a asthma spell and a heart attack. You're not supposed to smoke it like regular smoke. You smoke it when you're sick. When you have bronchitis, now you can smoke it or make it into a tea. Just strain it really good when you make it into a tea. Very good. Because it has little hairs that can aggravate you if not careful. But I speak from experience because back when I was younger, I used to have asthma. I have an asthma spell once in a very, very blue moon. But dried mullein leaves will stop an asthma spell in a heartbeat. No, you're gonna have to send anything PayPal to me. You have to have a PayPal account. I apologize about that. I don't make the poke salve at all. Too dangerous. And I'm not talking about poisoning and killing people. Mm-mm. I don't work with poke salve. Only poke berries or poke root. That's it. I think I have some Joe Pye weed, but I didn't get to look around much and do much foraging this year. Um, no, no, I'm wrong. That was ironweed. No, I haven't seen Joe Pye weed around me. You're welcome, Janie. Ugh. Thanks, Amber. You just made me go, ooh. Yes, the mullein leaves, yes. Just make sure that they are in good shape and don't look. Now, I'm not worried about a little bug hole here, bug hole there. Bugs need medicine too. But if they look ratty and brown, don't harvest the mullein leaves. But if they're good and green, yes, you can dry them by hanging them. But you being down where you're at, Duval, if you got a dehydrator, you might have better luck doing it that way. And yes, if your mullein is blooming now, harvest it now because it don't take long, and you can keep adding. If you don't have many, you can just keep adding the flowers to the oil. Nope. Now, here's the difference. With pokeweed comes great responsibility. You have to have respect for the pokeweed. She is a very important plant. She is the number one natural antibiotic medicine. Nothing that big harm makes is stronger than poke root. Now, with this being said, the poke root can be cut up. Wear gloves. Do not harvest poke root until she has completely died back. Once she has browned and died back, that's when you harvest the poke root. Now, remember, if you dig that poke root up, you got one less poke root plant, a pokeweed plant around you. Now, with this being said, one batch of poke root tincture will last you for generations, just about. Wear double, triple layers of gloves. Blah. It's not that it's poisonous, but she can make you very sick if not taken right. Make sure that you got gloves on. Cut the root up, put it in your jar, about halfway fill the jar, and the rest with, and you want to use 100 proof vodka. All right, once that's done, now I do have videos on making it. I don't have any for straining it yet because I haven't had a need because I have enough ooznia. Poke root is your last stage of use, especially at doing any antibiotics. If poke root won't cure you, something is seriously wrong. It's also good for breast cancer, breast mastitis. I have it all listed on the tincture video. One drop a day. I'm not kidding. That's how strong she is. One drop per day for a week. If you feel fine, you're not going to be poisoned, y'all. If you don't have any stomach upset, the second week, two drops. Now, if when you start the two drops, you start having stomach upset, back down to one drop. If you're fine with two drops per day, two drops, no more. I'm not talking about dropperfuls, I'm talking about drops. And do that in 8 fluid ounces of liquid of some kind, not hot liquid. If you're fine after the second week, no stomach distress, you can go to 3 drops. 3 drops, and you get any stomach discomfort, come back down to the 2 drops. It only means that it's too strong. She's too strong for you. Take it until you're well and stop. Now, with the poke berries, what I tell people, okay, Bounty, love you, darling. I will see you next week, sister. Hello, Brampton. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Alright, now with the poke berries, they are medicinal as well. They are better for your arthritis, your rheumatoid arthritis. Now, what I tell people, you don't chew the berries. You swallow one berry per day for your arthritis. You make sure you swallow it whole, don't chew it. The seeds inside the berry will pass out of your system. No problem whatsoever. That one berry you can take for years. It won't hurt. One berry a day. Now, what you can do is go out, harvest the pokeweed berries, snip them off, come back to your house and slowly snip them. Do not break them. Do not break them. Keep your berries whole. Snip the stem off the berry right off the stem. Freeze them on a cookie sheet, and then you can move them quickly once it froze into a Ziploc bag. One berry a day. Swallow whole. Perfect. And it works amazing for arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, pain, joint pain, and so on. Gloves with the elderberries, as long as you're safe, um, they're not going to poison you. Not the berries, not the root. The problem with the root, why you wear gloves, is you don't want to get too much of a dosage. Because, yeah, that's the only thing that can make you sick is having too much of a dosage. But with the berries, as long as you're careful, you don't need gloves. If you feel safe wearing gloves, go for it. That's fine. You just want to make sure you don't break the berries when you cut them off the stem. Black walnut hulls, as long as they're green, homemade ivermectin. Um, you have to, and this is where you really want to wear gloves, unless you don't care about your hands being a nice, walnut brown color for a while. Um, or it can get walnut black as well. What you'll do, and you got to be careful, take a good paring knife and cut the green. Make sure they are the green hulls off of your black walnuts. Don't get any of the nut covering inside, just the green shell outside of the black walnut. Put that in a jar. Cover it with 100 proof vodka. This is one time you absolutely cannot cheat. It has to be 100 proof. I have videos on making that, but yes, that's your own natural ivermectin. Yeah, it could be. Your hands can go anywhere from green to dark black. Don't ask me how I know. No, no, the no, the poker root would help with the UTI, but I wouldn't use poke root for the UTI because that's the last step of healing because poke root is strong. I would use the cleavers before I use the poke root, but I would use the cleavers for the UTI before I would the poke root. I go different stages. Usnea is my main go to for anything antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, and so on. Usnea is the best. Well, yeah, for me, it's the best because if I go to Usnea, I don't have to go all the way to some. Once in a while, I have used the poke. Poke is good to have in case of very dangerous situations of infection, is what I'm trying to say. Now, the berries, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, painful joints, and everything, yes. But the root is the last step of healing for major infections. That's okay, Amber. No problem. I've got to get off here. It's I'm almost 30 minutes over. I got to make family's wanting some blueberry pancakes, so I got to get to cooking. I'm probably going to have me some leftover shepherd's pie, which that's the recipe video for tomorrow. Shepherd's pie. I don't know what I'm gonna fix for Junior. Lord only knows what this man wants. Probably wants shepherd pie, don't you? Oh, he's over there just cutting me a smile. I know what he wants. Shepherd's pie. No, it's just a rough weather, Kathy. Just rough weather is all it is. Now, I would if you wanted to harvest the leaves, if they're not too bad looking from the tip down, you can harvest them. Sorry, y'all. You can harvest them and take scissors and cut that edge off. But if their plant's looking rough, I would leave those leaves on there to focus on the flowers personally. Oh, thank you, Lawrence. Love you also. You have been missed so much. So many people have been looking for you. And yeah, they were after me because I told them that you'd probably be on last week. They were looking for you. Oh, thank you, Robert. I appreciate that more than you realize. Thank you, DeBall. You have a blessed week also. And send me an email and I will get back with you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tibor. Yes, believe me, I'm gonna now that it's gonna be cooler this week, I'm gonna get him out in the sun for a little while. Everyone, take care. Y'all stay safe and sound in this crazy world. Stay positive. You can do anything within reason. Nothing illegal, y'all. Mama Owl don't have no bail money. Y'all stay safe. Continue to stock your pantries with food that will nourish and heal you. Medicines that will heal you. Protection and the bare essentials. Don't get all fancy because these all this electric stuff ain't gonna do you a bit of good when they cut that grid off. And things are gonna start coming down to the wire. Things are getting uglier as we talk. And they have no shame, y'all. None. I look forward to seeing y'all next Monday night. Y'all don't realize how much I love getting to do these live streams and spend time with y'all. And above all else, Know that we love you each greatly and cannot thank you enough for your kindness, your support, your kind words, your compassion, and everything. I am beyond thankful to the Owls family, and I love you all dearly. And I look forward to seeing y'all next Monday night because actually it went by too fast tonight. Everyone, take care and may you each be blessed. Hoot, hoot.